All right. Woo. All right, I think I got it. I'm having a little trouble there with the mic, moving some stuff around. This is weird because I can't see comments here, so I'm going to have to figure something else to have up there. Otherwise, I'm going to be staring down here, and that's going to look really weird, isn't it? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another fine edition, July 21st edition of Tuesday with Todd. Great to have everybody here tonight. Tonight, we are going to do some regular mugs in a mug press. In fact, I'm going to turn my press on. Actually, I'm going to wait until we get through our hellos and all that fun stuff, because it heats up pretty quick, and then it'll beep, and it'll beep, and it'll beep until we make it stop beeping. So let's try not to make it beep right now. So who do we all have in here? Howdy, Renee and Scoob. Good to see you. Missy. Or that's Jerry. Jerry, somebody bumped up and moved Jerry out of there. So, Missy, good to see you. Jerry, welcome aboard. Mo, good to see you. Valerie from Idaho. Valerie likes to party late. She forgets that in the Midwest at it's like 1 a.m. and she's still ready to go. So, Valerie's fun on Friday night. Curtis, good to see you. Urban Cowgirl Design, welcome aboard. So, I think I can move all that here. What we're going to do, I'll kick it on now, is we are going to do some mugs tonight. Now, the mugs, we're going to do a couple different ones, but we've got these orange, because I have an orange over there, colored insides, colored handles that we're going to go ahead and do. I've got 3 different ones of those. I'm going to show you how my mug press works, what I've learned along the way, and kind of go through it on what we do, because you're going to have to test things. That's the one thing about mugs is, like I said it time and time again, be prepared to make mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, let me make sure that I've got some of the other ones. All right, I do have one of those. I thought I had another one of those. I might have to, while this is running, go get some more mugs, because, hey, oh, yeah. Take down the banner. I forget, man. Look, see, Aaron's on top of it. This is why I keep Aaron around, because not only is he here, but he also reminds me to take things down. I need to have some kind of setting that as soon as it flips over, it does it. See, that's going to start beeping every second and a half. So that heated up quick. We're good on that. Like I said, these are the colored handles in the sides. If I kick you down a little, you're going to be able to see them probably a little better. We're just going to go tonight because it's going to be way easier. We've got a maroon one, maroon handle, maroon inside, green, orange. We're going to do these 3, and then we're going to try our hand at a white one. Things that we're good for. We're going to get football stuff for each one of them. Do a full wrap-ish around this one. I think I have time dialed in on them. I think I have pressure dialed in on them. I think I have temperature dialed in on it. I think I've got everything double in, but we're going to find out. What's the worst that happens is that this is going to sit up on a shelf and, going to be a display piece, and nobody's going to eyeball it super, super hard. So, it is what it is. I'm not 100% worried about that, because you know how we do it here. We're going to test stuff out, and if it breaks, it breaks. If it does great, it does great, and we're not going to have to worry about it. So let's turn that on there. As Rena would say, let's get the pressing, right? Okay, so let's get the pressing. Which one should we do first? We're going to kick that one out, because we'll probably, I guess we can do it all. So we got the white one, we got the maroon one, we got the orange one, we got the green one. Maroon one, I think we're going to save to later on, because that's a full wrap. So, the suspense is always fun with those. Orange and green are both wraps on each side. And this is one of our success tracker ones. So you tell me which one you think we should start off and make first. Now, I know there's a little delay with it, so I'll give you some time. Let's say we're going to give that 10 more beeps, and we're going to let that go. Great question, Jerry. Where do we get the mugs with the colored handles in them? I'm going to get you the link from those. Come from Sublimation 101. In fact, I believe I have in the description, the link is there. Now, I'll go ahead and find it real quick. Mugs. I think it's in the colored mugs section here, but I will go ahead. There. Yeah, is that it? That's the 15. So we want the 11 ounce. Here it is. All through here. Super simple. Let's see. Control V. Nope, that was not right. Let's try that again. Control V is not going to do it. Is not going to do it. There it is. Aha! I figured out how to put a link in there. So there's the link to where these handles come from. Now they have what is it? About, let me count. One, they have a green, a sky blue, a maroon, an orange, a green, or a light green, a pink, a red, and then a black. Is that right? Or a dark one? I'll go through here and see 2, 4, 6, 8. So they have 8 different colors. You can buy a mixed case of these. That link will take you to the mixed case, 115 bucks. I don't get anything out of it, so don't worry about that. And I'll let you know when I'll sell you stuff for affiliate things. But I really like how these ones look and turn out, and when you can color coordinate them with it. Cost-wise, they're not a whole lot, crazy price. And I think you can upsell very well on them because of it being that color matched with it. So let's get to it. It looks like JDS is where you get yours. Perfect. Orange. So I see an orange and a green, orange and a green. I see a green. So we're going to go with green. We're going to go with green right here. While that's beeping, I'm going to actually turn that off real quick since I'm just tired of hearing it beeping. Because it'll come back to us. No problem. Now, transfer. Your basic transfer. Knows wherever you buy mugs from, I would say 99% of them are going to also have a template that goes along with it. Most templates will do one of two things. It'll include a full box for all the way around. So this one will be a full rectangle that goes there. Or what it's going to do is it's going to include placing boxes. So a box here and a box here. So that way, when you do a sheet, it centers it pretty much for you. So you don't have to wiggy wonky around with it to try and make everything right with it. One of the things to remember when you're printing out your transfers and while you're testing is, let's see where that bad boy is. As you're testing with things, one thing to remember too, on this one I did a couple different things on, is always get rid of your box, because if you don't, let's see if we can make it focus in here. I bet I can if I turn that back there. You can kind of see that red box because I forgot to take it out. So remember that when you're doing these, to go ahead and you need to remove that, because if you don't remove it, that'll end up on a transfer. If you don't catch it on the transfer, you will print it on a mug and then everybody will see it. So as I was testing things, that's why I saw it. I'm like, oh crap, it didn't really matter to me because I was just testing ones out. So that's fine with that. All right. One thing you always want to know is where, let's see, I guess I need to, there. You need to, maybe, is that trying to focus out there? There. So you need to make sure top and bottom of your designs. One of the easiest things to mess up is because you're not paying attention, especially on something that's a full wrap, full color. If you're not paying attention, believe me, you'll do it. You'll get pissed. It just happens that way. Get used to it. Be known that you're probably going to screw a couple of them up. So luck will be on your side, and it was a bad mug to begin with, so it was a testing thing. So super simple on that. Because they said as you test time and things, like those actually look the same on the screen. Believe me, they are not. You can see that this one isn't horrible. This one is a little bit worse. This one really wonky. What you really can't see on the screen, I'm going to have to take some pictures to show you the blowout and things on it, so we can show you why things happen, how things happen, how to keep those things from happening. So one of the things that I also did today, which is new to me, as far as lining up this up, what I like to do, this is quick, simple, especially when you're doing a single design, you can kind of match up and see where everything is on here, make a little crease. I'll sometimes make a cut right here, so that way I can see where it is. And when I line my stuff up, especially if everything's good and you know where your center is, you can see where that crease is to where your handle is. Straight across from it, you know that if you're straight across from it, you're up. I do have a pretty sweet, I guess, targeting system, ring system that I kind of did. I'll have to show you guys one of those in a future video where I made something so that you can set something spin it around and know exactly where the center is on the other side. Kind of cool. I showed it to Renee a couple years ago, and she thought it was pretty cool. So if she thought it was cool, I'm going to say everybody would think it was cool. So here, we're going to line it up. So when let's see which way I'm going to pull it this way. So if I'm going to pull it this way, my tabs are going to go on this one, because I like to put tabs on my tape. So that way it's going to be easy for me to remove later on. And actually, now that I think about it, when I say, I do things different, I wasn't usually a dunker. For those that are doing mugs, are you a cooling fan type person, a let it go after you let it and just let it sit in room temperature? Or are you a dunker? I was never traditionally a dunker because of cracking. In that cracking is when you take a hot mug and you put it in not so hot water. You have that thermal difference between the two, and it causes cracking. Now, you may not see the cracks. They're microscopic cracks that are there, but believe me, there's cracks that are there. So I tried dunking today, and it made some sizzle noise, but I didn't hear any cracks. So I think, I'm pretty straight with that. So that's what we're going to try. So I probably don't even need the tabs on it, because it's going to be cool when it comes out. We might just do 2 different ones. We'll do one hot and one cold. It'll use the same temperature and everything on it. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll show one each way, one the other way. I'm telling you, if you, as Aaron says, so we have Jerry's dunks. Aaron says, please do not dunk. Put them on the cooling rack or onto concrete or metal, and room temp always. So here we go. We got 3 different ones. Now, per JDS's site, it says dunk in warm water. So that's what I did. I dunked in the water. It stops the process from happening. Traditionally, I was always, a cooling fan on a rack type guy. Just have the fan right there and have it go. I tried this today, and hey, it allowed me to handle it a lot better, a lot sooner. So we'll do 2 of them. We'll do one when we do this last guy, the all white for the orcas. We will go ahead and and these came from JDS. We'll go ahead and we're going to do it. I got to remember, I don't need to put the tabs on from the dunk. We'll do those ones both ways, where we'll do a dunker and we'll do an air cooler, and we'll see which ones happens with which. So one of the things, tape it up. See, that's pretty simple, right? Everybody can tape it. We'll turn on the press. That bad boy will come up. Blowout paper. I just like to use regular copy paper. I cut it in half-ish, so that way it fits the mug, gets it in there. I don't preheat. I don't do anything like that. Reason being is because I found through this press is wicked crazy. This press here, Amazon special. It gets the job done. It's paid for itself plenty of times over, but it's a finicky beast. It's one of those things where I don't necessarily know. I did a heat temp on it one time, and it was on. I haven't done it for a while. In fact, this is the first time I've turned this on in probably since Christmas, because at the old shop. So with this, I was burning a lot of stuff. I couldn't, and so I started adjusting stuff, and I found a good sweet spot with it. I did a little more testing today. It seemed to work. So the way that this one sets is P1, P2. It starts at 380. When you drop the mug inside there, it'll go to 400. And once it gets to 400, it'll cook down. Now, per JDS's site, what I should be doing is their mugs are at 400 degrees for 5 to 6 minutes. Well, I found, you'll see what we have with this one. So here, it's at 380 in here. We got mug. Oh yeah, so this works out good. You'll be able to see in there. I just wrap it in the paper, in the copy paper, right? Super simple. Slider inside here, right? Line it up so it's somewhat whatever. Close, enter. Now you'll watch, and it's going to drop temperature. It'll drop temperature because we're introducing a not hot product to a hot thing. So that mug is absorbing that heat, which is dropping the temperature. Once it planes out, levels out, it'll then start to rise. Once it gets to 500, my timer will start, and you'll see to put it up there. Let's see what we got here. So Jerry was a former dunker. Aaron says to ask David Gross. Let's ask him. Put him on there, and let's see where the conspiracy theory lies on why we dunk versus not dunk. Now, I thought that don't dunk because of that cracking. Those minuscule microscopic cracks in there, and you're causing an issue to it. I wanted to try this. This is what it said, so we did it there. Bridget James is drunk in room temp like Michael Kaminsky. He is drunk in room temperature, but yes, dunk in room temperature. That was I seen it as well on his, dunk in room temperature there. Debbie was a glass artist for years. I know what room temperature water does to hot glass. Shattered exactly. Aaron's putting in his 2 cents here. Respects Michael and JDS, but he would never recommend dunking. We don't dunk anything else. That is a great point. We don't dunk anything else. So why would we dunk that? That makes perfect sense to it. Dunking is for donuts. Martha, donuts sounds really, really good. And as Terry says, Aaron, I've only dunked a bottle of Maker's Mark and wax, and when I went to Kentucky. Hey, I don't see any problem with that type of dunking. So as you can see, if you were watching the temp there, it did drop bottom out there at about 340, 342, somewhere in there, and now it's going to rise back up. It's going to make its way back up to 800. Once it starts at 800, it's going to start the temp, and you're going to love to see what our temp is on this bad boy. Now, this is why I said you have to test, because no 2 presses the same. I don't care if it's the same manufacturer. You're getting stuff from eBay and Amazon like this bad boy. No, you're going to burn through a case. Know that you're going to. And what I've done is cut up pieces, transfer, use old stuff, put it on there to test out that, so that way you can get it. Anything with the fine text, you'll see you'll start to have issues with it. Ooh, look at this. We dunked at Coastal Training. So Coastal is dunkers too. Good to know there. That was Kentucky, and Aaron agrees it's the only way to dunk. But so now we have Coastal, JDS, and Sublimation 101 are all dunkers, whereas Condi is not a dunker. So there seems to be the great debate on the dunk versus not dunk. I think it's something that we should definitely get together and see why and why not. So here we go. Boom. It's going to get to 400. My timer starts, and look at that. Do you see that? That's 51 seconds. So I should time what this whole process is from beginning to end, but that's only going to be in there for 51 seconds because that's what I have found the sweet spot for this to be. Crazy, I know, but that is what it is. That's what we've done, and I'll show you some of the mistakes, and it's hard to see some of the mistakes, but because of the camera, I think I'm going to have to post pictures of it, but you can get some yellowing, you can get some browning, you can get light colors, you can get dark stuff, and that all comes down to your dwell time and your pressure, because temperature is about the standard across the board for things. But these ones, we can burn through them pretty quick. So we're going to go ahead and dunk. Actually, this is going to be the first one this way I dunk, and we're going to see, right? So we'll kick that open. We're going to come out. We're going to go right to the water. There's the sizzle. I did not hear any cracks, so that was a plus. Any super duper cracks. So we'll move that there. I was going to say, watch it break or something, right? Wouldn't that be crazy if we did it and it just broke and I could be like, totally not a dunker anymore. So as soon as it's hot enough to handle, you can do this underground, underwater, whatever. Peel that off of there. Ta-da, ta-da. Get all the fine grossness off of it, because there is some nice grossness in there. Like you see, that changed the water. We'll throw that away because I'm going to try and clean up my mess. Go scan back over here, and we're going to just drying this off, because when you're in the t-shirt game, that's what you use to dry stuff off is shirts. And there we go. Ta-da, ta-da. And to me, that's pretty spot on. Pretty spot on. Good to go. Don't see any cracks, any big things through it, but that's how that came off. Now I can still see a little bit of a film on it. Now, That 100% is the stuff in the paper. It's like the clay coating in the sublimation paper. I'll turn that away on here, but there it is. That, my friends, is a green rimmed inside handle mug, green print. Pretty good, but pretty style and profiling right there. I dig it. I dig it with that one. So we got that. What else? Where else do we have here? We'll kick back. We're going to do orange next, and I'm going to see what some of the questions are there. Somewhere around our shop, we have a mug press setup. We bought it from Michael Kaminsky about 20 years ago. Maybe I should look for it. Why not? I would go for it. The sizzle sounded like a crack. What's the point of dunking? Do you dunk your ornaments? So I don't do ceramic ornaments. So I can't say anything about that. Now, from my understanding, the reason that we are dunking a mug is that because it is such that heat source, it is going to continue to cook. But I wouldn't dunk a slate. So that is a very interesting point you ponder at me. Because this is the first time I dunked to find something I can do. Usually I just let air dry and go from there. So I'm not sure I can honestly say what's right or wrong. I think it's a great debate because I think this turned out fine dunking. And this is legit the first one that I have dunked as far as a production piece to do. Like I said, everything up to this point has always been air. So I don't know. I'm usually an air guy, but I dunked. I wasn't going to because I never had before. And when I was going through JDS's thing, they said dunk. And it scared me. I said, maybe I should become a dunker. Now, something we'll go ahead and we'll get the next one going. And we'll kick it right down here so we can see. There's that. Let's see. Can you use LA Awesome on sub stuff? I don't know what LA Awesome is, Renee, so help me with that. That's true. I've never dunked my ceramic ornaments, and I didn't do a whole lot of them because me and ceramic ornaments didn't get along. I still don't know what LA is, but I do like that. You know, that makes that totally makes sense. I would go. You're a smart guy. You would think you know something about sublimation, but that's why you are you and I am me, and me is me, and you are you, right? Because I'm willing to take that risk to see what happens when we put a hot mug into some hot water and see what goes from there, because why not? So we got orange up next. Orange, we all know, is fun, and so is black, because we'll see how those turn out. But same way with this, pretty squared away. With this, I can see where my mark is going to be. There's a little crease, ta-da, right across from it. You're going to line it. I got to try to line stuff. I'm going to try and line it up on the camera and see. Yeah, no, I'm not, because I'm not that good. So we'll pull that here. We're going to line that up somewhat, and I can see that was way off. And that's one of the good things about most of the templates that has that box. So if you trim inside of it, you know where you're at with stuff. You know where you can put things at. You know, rims are always a fun thing to do. And a lot of times you can, let's see if I can get it right there. You can see your image through it, so you know where your placement is. You know if something's wonky donkey or not. And so you can fix it, because now is the time to fix it. Because if you don't fix it now, once you put that tape on there and you put it wherever it's going to end up, man, it's just going to end up not bueno. So take the time, do it right. Otherwise, you're going to end up with garbage, and nobody likes garbage. I mean, some people like garbage, you know, but I mean, they make good thrift store finds. You know, some people think, you know, your upside down mug is cool, or your off kiltered whatever is crazy. Me, not so much. When I do my mugs, I do like to try and get it as tight as possible on there. So that's why I just kind of run it through there. And I said, I could totally be doing everything the wrong way, and maybe I need to go to, you know, a sweet sublimation training. I don't know, but this is what works for me. It's worked for me for, you know, a couple years now. I kind of think I know what I'm doing most of the time, and I'm willing to break the stuff so you don't have to see if it works. So if there's any other great ideas out there, I'm all ears. So now we got that on. Turn the press off, because that one makes a lot of noise. It just beeps and beeps and beeps. we'll go here. I think Aaron missed his calling. Would have been a great lawyer. He is making a convincing case why you shouldn't dunk. Ease of handling. I'm not waiting for this to cool down. This is done. I can box this up. I can bag box ready to go. The other one would still be sitting there trying to cool down, wait to cool down. And so I think space wise, that is why ease of handling, boom, 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 quick in and out. You're not waiting as long for something. It's just not sitting there taking up space. So that would be why I would assume dunking is the way to go. Missy thinks that dunking would affect the structural integrity of a cup. It very well could. If it's cracking and there's those microscopic cracks in there, it very, very well could. I don't know. I was just going by what I read what I read on a website that sells me blanks that said I should not. Ooh, look, that piece of tape didn't even want to stick there. So we're going to add another one there so it doesn't get totally crazy daisy, and then we'll be good to go. All right. So back up 380, boom, we're right there. We're gonna try not to burn ourselves, because you can use the paper, or you can use a new piece of paper. It's totally up to you. You probably should use a new one each time. Close, enter. So now we just watch the temp. We watch the temp that goes there. I'm actually going to see if I thought I had another mug. Oh, I do. Yes, I don't have to go far because I've got mugs here. So we'll be able to double bang it and use 2 of them and see what we can get from there. So things to remember when doing mugs and when you go through here. If you're going to be dunking, for sure as crap, don't use cold water. Cold water, and that will not go hand in hand. That I know for a fact. Warm water, yeah, and the more you do, it becomes that warm water and comes through it. So maybe that's it. I just don't know. Like I said, I'm just a guy who does sublimation. Aaron is the guy that tells me I do sublimation wrong. So it kind of works out. It's a great thing to do here. It makes me smile. It makes him cringe. It's fun. It's exciting. It's a little yin and yang, and that's how we make things work here. So I'm going to, next up, we'll do the full wrap on it from there. And then we're going to do the 1-2 ways. The one without a wrap, without being dunked and just air dried. Is that what that is? Yeah. Air dried. And then the other one. And then we'll be able to take a look. We'll actually do those next. So that way we can bang one out and see what it is. Let's see. Any mug supplier ideas for retail packaging, not shipping? Let's see. You can get, are you talking, because we've got a little bit on that. So we'll pick over here. The square boxes that you can buy. Is that what you're wanting? Or are you wanting something more fancy or spectacular? Because you can always take this, put your logo on it, put your stamp, put whatever that you want on it. You can get these printed up too to make it, more fancy. It just depends on what you want to spend, because you got to remember, anytime it comes down to packaging, you're spending, you're spending money on that. So you want to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. Make sure you get a good quality box. Make sure you're getting everything that you wanted with it for spending on that. But you can typically get the white boxes and go from there. Aaron says, put it on a cooling rack with a fan under it. Less mess, and you won't be messing with the structure of mug. Sorry, I'm not going to let go of this one. I know, Aaron. This is why we work so well together. I am not saying this is a normal for me. I just read, and JDS said to do this. Sublimation 101 said to do this. Both of these mugs came from those places. The white orcas came from sublimation, or from JDS, and the colored ones came from Sublimation 101. I'm simply following the manufacturer's instructions on what to do. Don't kill the messenger, man. Really, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. What else do we got here? Not 100% sure, but I might try papermark.com for the bags. Yeah, the square boxes. I think JDS has these boxes as well. There's a lot of people. Oh, look at that. Richard James has been a dunker for years, never a problem. Eat that, Aaron. Yeah, packaging price. It depends on what you're going to want to do with the boxes. I like these ones because they also hold up well to ship. So here we go again. We got 20 seconds left to go. and we will not dunk this one. So, well, maybe we will. We're going to do it just because I know Aaron's cringing. I know when I open this up and I hit that button to make it stop and I pull this out and I go straight into the water that he is going, oh my God, what are you doing? That one did sound like it had a little crack right there at the end. I will not lie on that. It did. And my water's warm. So, see, I don't know. I'm traditionally not a dunker, man. This is the first time trying it. And that cracking scares the hell out of me. I mean, back in the day, I did it and it cracked and I did not like it. I did not like it. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to do 2 there. But see, now this is already good to go and pull and not have to end. But it does leave, and it could be the paper too. It leaves that gross film on it that's from there. So we're going to do that. What did I do with the... You guys are supposed to help me here. If you could see my mess that's behind here, you'd be able to see where everything is. So we're going to take that off there. Yeah, you can't see nothing. We'll take that off there, and then we'll take the tape off. And we'll dry it. And there's the colors. Orange is good. Even up here with the text, no blowouts or anything up there. Overall, I mean, I'm good with the pressing part. Now we're down to, hey, are we dipping or are we airing? Are we dipping or are we airing? And that's what airing is. Oh, air dry, airing. Oh, that's why he loves it. It's close to his name. I totally get it. I mean, if I was Todden, I mean, that would be it. So on that, I think that one came out spot on for this. I'm really happy with that. I really love how it goes with take the end part of it out. Print-wise, we are using the Epson Workforce 7610. Yeah, that sounds right. With Cobra inks. That's what we're using there. We're using the A-Sub paper, which we're putting everything there. And then these mugs came from Sublimation 101. Link is down in the comments, so you're able to check that out. But they press great. Now the big question is, which way do we cool them? Is it airing, or is it through a water bath afterwards? So, hey, I'm kind of, that did sound like a crack. I'm not gonna lie. So I was traditionally an air guy. So to do that, really did, it freaked me out, because what if the damn thing shatters and I die right here on this? What else do we got here? So yeah, the packaging price there. Renee says she'd be worried that the first time the client poured hot liquid or microwaved, that it would crack or explode. I don't believe you should be microwaving these anyway. Isn't that correct? I do believe there is a disclaimer with it not to microwave them. So I think you're good on that part. How do you put a fan under a cooling rack? I don't know if that's got answered yet. But what you can do is, cooling rack is flat, right? You just put it on braces. You can get a fan. Let's see if I can get a fan like that. Right? So you set it this way, put the cooling rack on top of it, air going up, done. Cooling rack, fan. That's how I'm assuming so. I'm sure Aaron will tell us that I'm wrong, and he will fix it so that we're good there. What else did I miss? What else did I miss here? Yeah, you tell. That's right, Cindy. No, I like this comment better, Cindy. Not sure the point. And the base mug manufacturers recommend that doing it. So we have a big debate here. This should be something. This should be a new question that we ask everybody that sublimates, Aaron. If they sublimate and they come on any of our programs, we're going to ask them mugs, dunk or not dunk, and to give us a reason why. Was it correct? Totally get it. Yes, Renee, that's what I was thinking. And then there would be spilled coffee. So sad for the spilled coffee. The reason of dunking was to stop the sub process, but if we take the paper off after subbing, it would do the same thing. That's what I thought, but hey, you know me, I'm full of controversy, so let's see what happens. I've used a wire rack and put a fan behind it, or just put a fan behind a regular cooling rack and let the air circulate around it. It was airing around it. My favorite way through is just putting them on the concrete, and if that's available, sucks the heat out. Also, a marble top too. I've seen that where like the marble countertops, those will do it too. The stainless steel tables will do it as well. Scoob does not always dunk, but when I do, I start with really hot water, then start cooling. And that would make sense because you're close to the temperature, so that's what it's going to bring down to. So let's get on this one. We're going to do this one. We're going to do the wrap. We're going to see how this comes out. I mean, whatever, right? I'm already making Aaron cringe, so let's try a somewhat wrap. I didn't get the center point of it, and see how we can do this one, because then, oh no, we're not. We're going to do this one last, because I need to get one of these in here, so that way I can get it cooling, and then because we're going to also do one with in the water and the air, and we're going to see what the difference is between the two. So we're going to get one of these guys in here now, but I do need to find a little center point-ish. There she be, across from my mug. There she be-ish. We'll bring that down there-ish. That's way crooked. That's way crooked, man. I don't like crooked. We'll kick that up. So yeah, carry on a conversation amongst yourselves. Tell me why I'm wrong. I love being proved wrong. I think it's one of the greatest things is when you think you know something and you know how it is, and you can see that there's a correct way and a reasoning behind it. Not just you suck for doing it that way, but here is the science for it. It's great because it's all about the learning process for it here. Now, I may have made this a little too big for what my press is, but we're going to find out, because in the end, it doesn't really matter. We're going to make it work for us, because that's what we do. So tape, clear. I know somebody asked me about the clear heat tape. Clear heat tape I get from JDS as well. One of the reasons I do like JDS is, besides their website being top-notch, really their website sometimes really irritates me because of like the 37 levels you have to go through to be able to order something. But I do love that 99.9% of the time that I order from them, I get my stuff the next day. And that's no added expense or anything. It just comes the next day because I'm with 1 day shipping. So I really, really love that. So I put up with, with any of the issues that may happen, because I am fine with next day stuff. So we're going to tab these up, because this one we're going to do air. We're going to do air, and the next one we're going to do Duncan, and it's going to break Aaron's heart to see one of these go in. But here we go. You're beeping away at 379. Oh, I need to put another sheet in there because I did take out the last one, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one, because this one's going to be air. While this one's going, I'm actually going to. One of the things too is I know. Let me pull this up here. I know if anybody's just starting with mugs, remember where your handle placement is. There's been plenty of times when I've put when I was starting off, and I put one in here too. And then what happened was, when I made this close, I've had too much pressure in here. This is here, and it snapped the handle off. You will snap a handle off at least once in your career of doing this. Chalk it up to remembering where your handle placement is before you close that thing, because you don't think about it and you get in the groove of it, and that can totally snap off there. So we got that while the time's coming down there. It'll drop down to, what do we say? It was 3:40 or so, and then we'll jump back up to time from that. What else am I getting yelled at about here? Because it's just the way to go. Let's see. Sometimes our sidewalk might overheat the mug. It has been hot out there. Oh, interesting on that. Do the next one without dunking and see if it doesn't leave the goo. It does not leave the goo. LA Awesome is cleaner. Okay, so that does not leave the. What it is it's just like a film on it. Yeah, just wipe it right off and it was fine there. So the other way will not leave it on it. I've been doing those all day. That dunking one that I did, that's the first one I've done all day. That's the first one I've done in, oh Jesus, 3 years or so, but I'd read it on their site. So, hey, I'm going to go with it. That's why. No one is wrong. I just don't think you should dunk. I'm all good with the dunkers. To each is their own. All right, Aaron. I know. That's the beauty of this. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may just be wrong. But no, that's the thing with sublimation. There's so many different ways to do things, especially like this. Mug's a mug for the most part. There's probably a handful of places they're all coming from. So what is it really to do? Why would some manufacturers say you should dunk and why not? It's a good thing to explore and a good topic to go more on. Jesse, good to see you. What else? Aaron has cooked eggs on a sidewalk when he lived in Phoenix. You did not eat them. That's a waste of an egg, man. You wasted that egg. Do you use mug paper or cut down paper? All right, so I'm cheap. Man. I cut my paper. Jerry cuts their. Maybe if I do large quantity of mugs, I might try it. I think I don't have to change my printer size or paper size or anything like that. I can just throw it in there and be good to go. Cooling shrinks the glass. Cooling shrinks the glass. Excuse me, I had to take a drink there. That is an interesting. I guess because as you're heating something up, it expands. There we go. Drop down to 51 seconds for that. Next time, yes. What's a trade show? Hopefully we all remember what they will be and where they will come from. But I really should get to, I don't even know if I can get that other one on in 38 seconds without really wonky donkey in it. This one we're going to air dry though. So we can have the air dry and we'll see how it all goes. Because it'll make Aaron happy that I air dried one. And like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm traditionally an air dry type of guy because that's what I know. And when I did this and it cracked, it scared me. And I'm not down with that. No siree baba. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll hit the button. We'll crack this open. We'll pull this bad boy out. We'll kick over here so you can see, because I did put tabs on both sides. Now, the main difference is this damn thing is hot compared to the other one. But holy moly. Great googly moogly. Look at that. Woo-wee. Oh, except for that. I don't know what the hell that was. That was something on the mug. Look at that garbage. Oh, so there was something on the mug because we know that was not on my paper. But damn, that was. I'm good with the colors. I'm good with everything there. But like I said, that's part of it. I'm really happy with it. Besides whatever the hell that was, you see that? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but hey, whatever. Like down there, you can't see it. It looks perfect, guys. I'm telling you, it's perfect from there. It's perfect all the way through. So we're gonna let that one air dry. I'm not putting it on a fan or cooling fan or anything like that because, well, I don't have a cooling rack set up. I was just gonna let it sit here. And then once I saw everything say, hey, you should just go ahead and dunk them, I'm like, dude, I'm totally going to dunk them because that's what the website is telling me to do. I mean, you don't not follow a manufacturer's instructions, right? You just do what you do and what you're told. So that's what I did. So on this one, I don't have to worry so much about tabs, but I'm going to. Because it's habit. That's how you know I'm not a dunker. Because I'm a tabber. I like having tabs so I can just pull things off. My eye itches like a mofo right now. So we'll put that there. And then we'll put this one in here, and then we'll get to your questions. So ask questions. Tell me what your thoughts are so far. What would you do different? How do you do your mugs? What's your time, temperature, pressure? How does your mug press compared to my mug press? Because as you can see, it goes 380 for P1, and then when it hits 400, it drops back down, or that's when the timer starts. So for this one, it drops down to 340, and then 51 seconds is where I found my sweet spot is. 51 seconds. You know what? I should find my phone. We're going to time this one all the way through from the time that we put it in there to the time we take it out, and we'll get a good read for it. I do need to plug it in because I've got 10% left. So we're going to do that to see actually where everything is with it. stopwatch. Stopwatch is going to be good to go there. All right, so we're going to put this here, there. I'm going to put this guy in here. And the reason you're using the paper is just like anything else. You don't want to get that ink on your platen there. So we'll close her up. We'll hit enter. We're going to start the timer here. I need to plug it in. So let's find a cord, because everybody has cords laying everywhere at their shop, right? Let's try not to drop the cord into the water, because that is plugged in. So I think that would be an issue. And that's the other thing with water. Man, anything could happen. I could spill this and it was going to get ruined. So water scares me. Water does scare me. So we got the temperature going on that. As you can see, it'll drop down to what we figure 340, and then it'll come up from there. What do we got here? Can I do a latte shaped mug one day for us? Yeah, I can put on our order and we can do that. The thing is with the mug press, you have to get the latte shaped. I just tried to figure out what was on my shirt, and I realized it's the microphone. I feel like an idiot. With the mug press, you have to get the latte shaped cone that goes in. Let's see if I can move this up here. Because, well, maybe. Because of the heating pad, this is for the cylindrical ones. You'd want to get the cone shaped one so it fits in there. That, my friends, is why I got the oven and the wraps. So I could do those weird shaped ones without having to change in platens to go out from there. So you can totally get that to be able to do it. I don't think I have it. So yeah, I don't. I think I just got the cylindrical one here with this. I haven't attempted mugs, but I know with canning food, can't expose hot jars to extreme changes in temperature because they'll break. Seems like the same concept why water would be a bad idea. Well, this is warm water, not cold water. So I don't know how they do things in Idaho, but they're in JDS land, in Sublimation 101, and coastal, in those lands, they say to do it. So I'm totally on board with it. I don't know. I don't know which way is the best way. I'd always did it without that, and then when I read on JDS's site, I'm like, okay, it's not the first time I've seen that, so let's go Dunkaroo on it. Any pricing hints for selling mugs? So here's where it gets interesting at. You got to remember, it depends if you're going to do one mug or 100 mugs or whatever you're going to do it. For single items, anything less than $15, I think you're cheating yourself, because it's a personalized object. They're doing something with it. If you're doing a standard, standalone mug, I mean, base it off quantity. You need to go into your pricing. You need to figure out what your overhead is. You need to know what it costs you to produce one mug. So when you were producing that, what it costs to produce one mug, how much can I sell this for? Or it's the least amount I can sell this for and still make a profit. Because if you're not making profit, it's not worth doing. So look, see, this is, we're at 35 seconds there, and we're at 2 minutes and 3 minutes. So 3:30 is where this is at, and everything is saying 4 to 5 minutes. So, we're going to dunk this one. We're going to, oh, damn it. I grabbed the other one by the rim and it's still hot. Oh, Mother Goose Land. Woo, that is not fun. Water is good for that. Oh, son of a monkey's uncle. Let's go ahead and enter that out. Ooh, let's get that here. We'll go straight to the water. Here we go. Listen for the sizzle. I'm hearing sizzle. 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 I'm seeing a sizzle. I'm hearing no crack, just sizzle all the way through. Sizzle. Sizzle my nizzle. Woo! So this is probably Snoop Dogg's favorite way to do mugs too, because it likes the sizzle. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Snoop says it's good, so we'll do that. So now we can just come in here and tear this off. The process has stopped. We'll get that off of there. I wonder if I've got something on these ones. So these ones came out of a box. Like I said, I haven't done mugs for a while, so I probably should have cleaned them or something. But we'll wipe this off. We don't need that timer anymore, so we'll get that timer out of the way for you guys. But there it is. And look, see, I can totally touch that one and move it and not have any issues. This other one, I could probably still fry a damn egg in it. Take that bad part out of it. But print process, This one's been Dunkarood. This one is still hot. God, they look the same. They look the same. They really, really do. I don't see a huge difference in either one of them. This one, you know, water, touch it, handle it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So we figure out the process. Yeah, that one is not bad. But cooling, that's how I traditionally always was I cooled them and not dip. So that's what we have on those. We got one more to do. We're gonna do full wrap. We're gonna see how we can screw that one up out, and then we'll get to your questions. So like I said, put your questions, comments, anything in there. I'll get to those while we have those 3 minutes to kill in there. Ooh, I almost put this on upside down. Almost, kids. Almost put it in upside down. And what I say, that's what was going to happen. So I only burnt myself so far, and we've only got one mug left. So I'm kind of happy about that because I didn't burn myself too much. I mean, you get it's asbestos hands after so long, right? I mean, everybody's burnt themselves a few times. You know, I actually did this one a little over, so we'll see how this one comes out because the transfer must not have grabbed the right one because it is a little bigger, which, you know, you can see that through there. That means we should get at least a full bleed all the way around it. And I'm totally going to dunk it so I can handle it and you know, and not burn myself again. See, what happened was I was so used to this dunking stuff that I forgot that mugs get hot and it can really, really hurt you. You know, and that's nature of the beast. You gotta know that you're gonna burn yourself once in a while, and try not and swear. So I suggest if you want to burn yourself and cut back on your swearing, do a live, because then you don't swear because you don't want to offend anybody. And you know me, I'm all about not offending people. So with this one, I'm actually going to do a couple pieces of tape here because I might trim this down some. What do I do with my scissors? Because I don't like how much tape. I don't like how much paper's there on both sides. So we're gonna put this one here and pull this one up, and we're gonna go this side with it. Yeah. I know. I probably made people cringe by doing that, right? Just peeling that tape off there. I'm gonna cut that one. That one wanted to stick on there, but I'm gonna cut some of this because there's a lot of excess there, and I want to be able to get a good seal with it. So that's why I did it. It's my show. I can do that, right? I can do what I want sometimes until I get told, what are you doing dunking a cup? Did you just really dunk a cup on TV or on YouTube? We're going to have discussions about this, mister, because that is not the way you do it. I don't care what their websites say to do with their products. You're not going to dunk stuff anymore. Truth be told, I probably won't dunk. I don't have a problem pulling that out, pulling these off. Like I said, that's why I have the tabs on here. And then from there, just setting them down and moving on to the next one. Because usually while it's going through here, if I'm doing production, while a mug is in the mug press, I'm putting on the stuff on the next one. So that way, when one comes out, I can just put it on there and go, you know, and you just set a production thing that way. So let's go. Put this bad guy back in here. One thing others do is sitting down here is a little more wonky-ish, but always make sure too, especially on some of the bigger things, that you get your mug in here where it needs to go lined up. You don't want it, you know, too far one way or the other. You got it pretty centered in there. There we go. Enter. So we got a little bit to go. Now, let me go back to your questions, comments, concerns, see who's yelling at me, and we'll see here where we at with that. Let's see, where was the last one that I got off there? Was the pricing one. Pricing hits there. It's okay. Started just putting the mug in front of a fan to cool. Yeah, traditionally that's what I'll do is I'll set them on the table and I'll pull them off, I'll set them there, and I've got the fan that's underneath me that usually will go for that. How does it look when you have an image that runs off the bottom of the mug? I found that the base of the mug acts like a heat cold sink and causes it to be light. We're about to find out there, Dan. We're going to see how this one looks, because I think it comes to the placement of it, because I did notice with this one earlier that I see exactly what you're saying. Whereas in here, but I was still testing this out. So I didn't run into it at the top, but at the bottom, I definitely did. So we'll see. It's a great question for Aaron. He's my resident guru when it comes to sublimation on what causes that and how to combat that. So let's see if he gave a great answer. And he might have. I just haven't got to it yet. Mine came with those different mug shapes. Well, that's because you bought a nice one, Scoob. I bought like the $69 Amazon special because I wanted to see what was going to happen if I could make mugs. And so that's what I did. That's why it didn't come with any of the fun stuff. So which do you prefer, oven or press? What are the pros and cons for both? Ooh, Missy, that's a great question. So I think with the oven could be great because you can fit more of them in there. So you can get more done in a production setting. Bigger oven, bigger things to go through it. You get one of those convection conveyor ovens, kind of what they use in screen printing type thing, a conveyor dryer. But you get an oven where you can run that through there and you're just setting stuff on the end and timer and everything is set, so you're good to go. Just getting started and you don't have to deal with the reps. You don't have to do that. I mean, this will work. I've banged out thousands of mugs in the last, let's see, this press has probably lasted 4 years and I've banged out thousands of mugs on it. And it's a finicky thing. Like I said, I had to retest some stuff today with that, but it's one of those things that it does good. You buy a quality mug press that has the correct attachments and things you need. You can even get some of the ones that, have the dual setups where it's 2 mug presses. There's one here. I guess, there's 2 next to each other in that. The ones that I do not like are, if you can see this one here, it goes this way. These are my favorite ones to get, not the ones that hold it vertical. Because the ones that hold it vertical, when you use anything bigger than a mug, you can't put it where it needs to go because there's not enough room for it. So definitely get one that is a horizontal press. What else? Have you ever done full covered shot glasses? No, I haven't. But as I was going through stuff in the back, I did find I have shot glasses back there. So I think, ooh, see, that sounded like that crack there, right? Was that a crack? Did anybody else hear a crack? I thought I heard that crack in there. Was probably too much pressure. I don't know. We'll get 20 seconds and we'll see how it turns out. If there's a crack and I throw it in the water, it should shatter, I'm thinking. So I'm going to put on safety goggles or glasses. Or not, I'm just going to cover my eyes and we're going to put them in there and see what happens after it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's see what happens. We'll gently put it in there. We're actually going to turn that off. We'll pull that out here. Move it over the water. This is going to make for great YouTube if it decides to shatter in my hand. So, see, that's just sizzle. 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 I heard no cracks, just the sizzle. Just the sizzler. That's where we're going, shooter. We're going to the sizzler, baby, because that was no crack through that one. All right, now let's move the stuff out of the way, and we're gonna see what we get here. We'll pull this off of here. Oh, there's water. Damn it! Why didn't anybody tell me I was gonna have water in my mug when I pull this off? I mean, you'd think I would know that, right? Idiot Todd. Jeez, let's get this water cleaned up here, and let's use a Spangle sample shirt to do it because I thought I had towels close by, but I didn't. All right, let's dump the water out of the mug. Let's clean the mug off. And let's see what we got here. We'll see what we got here. All right, full color all the way through. Maroon is a horrible color, but this would be close. I might want to bump it up, but maroon's a crap color to print out. I just grabbed one from here. Usually, if I'm going to do maroon on stuff, I'll go back to some of the original stuff that I did and see what I can print from there because it can go from brown to red to brick really bad. Bottom edge. I do see what you're saying. It was right there at that edge. It is a little wonky off of it. Now, is that detrimental to it? No, because I think when it's on the little curve when it goes over. So as I set it down, let's see. I don't even know if, yeah, I don't even think you can see it when it's set down because it's on that bottom curve of it. I'm going to try and pull this out. Let's see if you guys can see that. So there's that little, let's see how I can make this work, Frank. Let's see, so you burn that way, right? Zoom in. All right. So you can see where it's a little lighter there, but I got to remove Renee's question. You can see how it's a little lighter there. But as we set it down, you really can't see it because it's on the bottom of it. So there's that. All right. Okay. So now I can move you guys. I'm going to move you guys over here so now I don't look like a weirdo off to the side. I can answer your questions. I can move my handy dandy stand, and then we'll get this party somewhat started again. Maybe. There. All right. So move that out of the way. We'll go through what we did. I'm going to catch up and see what your questions, answers, things like that are. Water. That's a lot of electrical stuff, man. So having it one thing scared the hell out of me. I will not lie about that at all. Having it there scared me. Just so you know, it's a bike. In case anybody was like, what the hell are you making that's copyright? It's a bike. I put a bike together yesterday for my kid. The box is here, so don't freak out or anything on that. So Debbie was asking about full coverage shot glasses. I found some in the back when I was going through things. So I would do those in the oven. We're going to try those out. Oven and wraps seem to be better for full bleed mugs. I totally agree, especially if the cylinder, because you're able to get that more in there, and the better you get at it, it's just going to take practice, just like anything else. That still seems a little far out there. Totally need to get a camera that lets me not be so there. Okay. Signature series from Pete Prett Nation up the road. That's what she has. Taken the advice of Lord and he has a convincing case. Well, okay. I mean, I'm not faulting Aaron at all. I was an Aaron. I was an Aaron. I would let that air dry. I would not dunk. Today was the first day I did it. So I would totally do it. Ooh. Totally. I thought we were gonna see something, but we are not dunkers, kids. I'm gonna see if we can pull this off, because there is a residual in the bottom of this, right? There's like that water or that whatever it was from the paper, so it may have just helped us out. I gotta see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys right here, because if I can do this, I think I just sold us on why not to dunk, or if we do dunk, why it was. I got to get the lighting just right on it, because that's my fears. If I don't get the lighting right, you're not going to be able to see it in the camera. So I think I got to totally get. Oh yeah. All right. So I'm gonna. If I put this one here, I'm Legoing this bad boy up for you guys, because I want you to be able to see this, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Okay. Can you see? Let's see. If I hide that, can you see that? Can you see where that stuff is? You see right there where that film is, and do you see what I see? Looks like cracks, doesn't it? That looks like cracks to me. I don't know if I can get it any tighter in there. Maybe. But you see those? Oh, there we go. Look at that. See the cracks in there? But that is the dust that's shown in there, because watch. That's how I noticed it when I went to wipe it out. Now it's gone. So is that the film or is that the cup? You tell me. inquiring minds want to know. But I said traditionally I am not a dipper. I am 100% just let it air and let it air dry. So to see that, I'm trying to just see if I can get a good angle of it. I'll probably have to maybe try and take a picture of it and post it. But that would stop me right there from dipping right there, just by seeing that little cracky backy thing. So I just thought it was cool looking at that to see it. I'm on board for not dipping, just for I was able to see cracks with that. So I will stop wiping that so I can get a picture of it. Okay. So Aaron, you are correct. Let's just not do that anymore. Did I try the Subly shrink from Condi? I have not tried that yet. I still have my bags from JDS, so I need to go ahead and order some of there. Aaron says, raise your prices. You have to know your overhead, true costs, and then go from there. My favorite part of OSG training we have done so far. Oh my God, 100%. That's probably one of the biggest questions that we get asked is how do I price this? And I don't want to sound like I'll sound like take the training class. Just get the original 5 keys. It's what, $100. Put it in there. Go ahead and do it. I could probably just link it in the comments here. I think it's in the banner. If not, I'll make sure that we have it in there. Yeah, just go over to our success group and find it. You're going to figure out how to do your overhead. You're going to figure out how to price. You're going to have a little marketing in there. You're going to have presentation. Then you're going to have follow up. It's totally worth the $100. And if you're serious about your business, you really should invest in it. I'll step down off of that soapbox for now because that could be a whole nother hour that we go over it. You're learning a lot of new words and phrases. Well, things happen. So that's what we try and do. This is maybe the best reason Dunk Snoop said it's good, right? I mean, that's what I'm going with. And Jesse dunks in warm water too. So we're getting through all those. There's a lot of stuff that I missed here. Putting it from the fan to cool. Yep. Yeah, I don't think Snoop has done much sublimation. Man, he's done a lot of smoking, so I don't know. Maybe. Looks like a little more consistent with press first wraps in the oven. Okay, so I would say yes, but that's because I know what I'm doing with this press. When it comes to the wraps, I'm still new at it. I'm not doing a bunch of production pieces with it. I'm doing it here and there. The main reason I bought it was for you guys. Legit, honestly, that's what I did. Is I'm like, so I had a couple people ask me about it. I'm going to go buy an oven. And I'm going to order some wraps, and we're going to see what we can do with it. You got to remember, the first stuff that I got, all had those ridges and stuff in it. So, it wasn't very, the mugs, we figured out, hey, there's a handle here. So there's an issue. There's issues that you need to work around to learn to be able to do it. Overall process, I think both can provide quality results for it. But if you don't have a mug press, you can just, get an oven and be able to do that there. I think I'm going to go with the $69 special. It's probably like $89 now because, that was quite a few years ago on Amazon, but hey, it's worth it. I agree that the wraps are the way to go. It is in the heat longer and more gradual, so you don't get those cold spots. That's a great. That's why Aaron is Aaron. Makes total sense. So when we put this in the press, right? So it has the heat pad, the heat platen that just wraps around here, and it's just heating it from here around there. Let me take that banner down. So it's just heating it around here. When you have the oven, it's heating it everywhere. It's an even heat from beginning to end. When you pull it out there. So ovens will definitely give you that consistency because you're not going to have those cold spots on it. Now the shot glass attachment on mine doesn't work for nothing. Well, Matt, you know what? I think somebody asked me to do the plastral transfers from 613. So I got with Rick over at 613. He sent me another sample pack. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot to try and have those for next week's show. If they haven't came in time for next week's show to do that, we'll do some shot glasses in the oven. I'll get some cylindrical items that don't have the ridges, and we'll try those in the oven and see if we can get everything working swell with that. Can you put shot glasses in the toaster convection oven? Yeah. Yep, you can definitely put that. It cracked. Probably straight from Duncan to come. Ooh. Is that what you used before? The press that I've always used. The oven I just started using. When I used to put mine in the water, I used warm water. This water is warm. because especially from doing mugs. I was doing mugs. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 13 mugs here that we have pressed while we were just trying to dial things in. Like I said, be prepared to burn through things as you test things to make sure it all works. We know that this is water-based ink, right? Give me your point, Aaron. The water's going to do what? Tell me what you're going to, tell me what it is. Try the subli shrink wrap in a convection oven. I believe it'll work better. Yeah, so I used if you go back to our previous videos, we've used those in there. Oh yeah, it's to Matthew. Scoob knows. Scoob was here, got to see me screw him up. Just having fun with the dunking. Please don't take it personally if you dunk. Hey, I said I bet a lot of people dunk because if you're buying something from Coastal, if you're buying something from JDS, if you're buying something from Simulation 101, it tells you to dunk. So if you're following along manufacturer's instructions, that's what you're going to do is dunk, and you're going to assume that's normal. I think we just got lucky on this one because with it being a dark color in here, and it just has that film from my paper, because my paper had that weird film on it, that we just got lucky and we're able to see something happening in there that sure looks like cracks to me. Got wraps in the oven just for that. Perfect. We're going through there. Yep, cracks for sure. I don't know. It's warm. From putting all the mugs in here, it's some warm water. I would think that's warm. When we were pad printing, we used to put on our website info the bottom of each mug. That is so. That'll be a video to come because I do officially think that Corey put a new printer in the cart today. So then once she has that, then pad printing will be soon to follow. At least we're hoping so. I've heard some of the shrink bags from Coastal. I think you don't have to have a heat gun to shrink. I'd like to know how that worked because you could put it in there and maybe tighten it and it'll shrink around there. I would think that you would still need the heat gun, but I would be interested to see how that would work. So, holy crap, 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'm sorry I kept you guys so long here tonight. I did not mean for that. I didn't even get through a full beer. I meant to grab something to drink before I sat down, and I honestly don't have anything to drink here but beer and liquor. So I went with the beer. All right, did everybody learn something tonight? I hope you did. Now, if you did learn something and we were able to help you out, great. What I'm asking you, my ask for you, is to come join us over at our success group. We have training, we have classes. We're there to help you grow your business, and so that's what we ask of you. Come join us, check us out. We have the Success Tracker program, which is your base model to get you into. It's basically the kick in the butt you need to help you reach your goals. You're going to write down goals, you're going to set goals, and we're going to reward you along those for reaching those goals along the way. It's only $20. Come ahead, come join. That I can definitely post a banner for because I know I saw that one. And that's right here at OurSuccessGroup.com/ST. Now, if you found us here on Facebook or you found us there on YouTube, if you click in the description, there's the link that'll get you to our link tree where you can find all of our other stuff. You can find our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/OSG Business Basics. You can check that out. You can check me out at OurSuccessGroup.com. All of our wholesale stuff, whether it's stuff printed, signs, banners, magnets, anything like that, you can find that over at Fat Dad Wholesale. For any of your sublimation needs, you can find that over at montco.biz, and that's where you'll be able to order prints to press, or you can just order finished products. We do have the mass over there, which I got my box of mass to go through here. Super quality. I've got transfer here so I can start doing all those tomorrow for it. Maybe I'll do a quick live so we can run through on those. But those press amazing, great margins on it. You can really make some good money on it. And now is the time with everything happening, with schools reopening in some way or another. A lot of those schools are saying, hey, masks are required. So if you're not selling those masks to your customers because they need them there, somebody else is. So put it out there, $15 each. 3 for 10, whatever. Find your margins, find where things are, know your pricing, get all that, and then just sell. We're work on a couple fundraisers for schools where, hey, we're going to give them a cutback if they're going to put us at sign up and things like that. So Get out there and make that money while you can, because if you were heavily relied on schools, which we really liked school sports, and we've had them ripped away from us, so we're doing our best to pivot and find those other products that we can still get in the schools. Face masks being one of them, signs, banners, any of the social distancing things we're able to do there. So there's my pitch for you. I'd love for you to come join us over at oursuccessgroup.com. Welcome to the family. We are here every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. You can also find Aaron on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. for Small Business Saturday. We also have another program in between for two regular guys, which is Aaron and Terry on Fridays at 10 a.m. And then throughout the week, you can find us over at the group. So if you don't have anything else, I'm going to get out of here because it is Tuesday, which I think is going to be tacos. It may not be tacos. I don't know yet. So leave questions, comments, concerns, any of that in the comments. I'll come back and get them to you. Until next time, you guys have a great night, and we will see you next time. Later. Good night. Peace out. The shizzle. Something